Alright, welcome back. We're at the Leather Punk shop. I'm Matt Rizak, owner of leatherpunk.com, and today we're going to show you a real simple technique on how to set snaps onto a leather wristband. You really only need a couple of tools to do this successfully. Let's take a quick look at the tools and then I'll show you the technique. Really all we're going to use is you need the die set for the snaps that you're setting, and you need a mallet. It's pretty easy. Now I would recommend that you don't use a ball peen hammer or a metal hammer, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. This is a rawhide mallet. It's available pretty much anywhere that leather supplies are available, or you can buy it online. Let's look at the components for the actual snaps themselves. What you have here, the anatomy of a snap, is 4 pieces. You have the eyelet, the stud, which those two go together, and then you have the cap and the socket, and those two go together as well. Now what you're going to want to do with your leather wristband, one thing I always like to caution people is make sure that you set your holes far enough to the edge, but not too far, because if you have them too close inset, what's going to happen is the leather is going to curl over time, and that's kind of something that you want to avoid as you're doing this. Pretty much all you have to do is, to get ready, you set the eyelet on the bottom, the stud on the top, and what you're going to cause to happen is that barrel, the long hollow piece, you're going to cause that to split open, and that's what's going to anchor the snap onto the leather wristband. So let's get started. I'll show you how to do it. Starting with the eyelet and the stud, place the eyelet on the bottom, the stud on the top. Set those on the die securely, then use your setting tool and your mallet. Repeat the same process and make sure that they're even with each other. Next, flip the wristband over. Also remember to flip the die over. Place the cap in the die, then the wristband over the cap. Use the socket. Tap lightly with the setting tool on the reverse side to nestle it into the leather. Repeat the same process. It's easy. Alright, so that's pretty much it. You can see here we just fastened our snaps onto this leather wristband. Always give them a double check, make sure that they're on there securely. One cautionary note, make sure that you're using a mallet. If you can't get a rawhide mallet like this, you can use a plumber's mallet. They're usually a rubber tip. You definitely want to avoid using the metal hammers. The reason for that is because when you actually set these snaps on here, the metal on the metal will cause the weakness of the snap components in here, so you definitely want to avoid that when you're doing this technique. That's pretty much it. My name's Matt Rizak with leatherpunk.com. Thanks for joining me.